Hello, welcome to Info Hub. In our headlines, President Granger receives the St. John International Emblem. Guyana hosts regional seminar for national drug observatories in the Caribbean and major infrastructural works for Region 6 healthcare system. Stay tuned for the details of these and more.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
InfoHub begins with a report from Renetta Lafleur, who tells us that President David Granger earlier today received the St. John International Emblem, which is of historical significance and symbolizes several attributes, including fortitude, prudence, and temperance, among others.
Accepting the insignia at a simple ceremony at State House, President David Granger expressed confidence that the work of the association will spread across Guyana.
It is quite clear that this government is moving on a certain trajectory. I don't see the association as a Georgetown association. I see it as a national association. And I've asked the council, I've asked the association to ensure that it walks step by step with the government.
Chairman of St. John Association Guyana, Dr. Vibert Parvatan, said the association is proud to present President Granger with the emblem.
We hope that there may be opportunities for President Granger to wear this emblem. For whenever we see him wearing it, it will bring for us at St. John a sense of pride, happiness, and thanks.
President Granger accepted the role as a patron of the association in September 2016. The St. John Association of Guyana is a vibrant humanitarian voluntary organization providing quality first aid training services and health care to communities. Renetta Lafleur for InfoHub.
There is need for more evidence-based policies on the fight against illicit drug use and trafficking. Stefan Gabriel explains.
The charge was given by Minister of Public Security, Kemraj Ramjatan, at the opening of a two-day regional seminar for national drug observatories in the Caribbean.
If it is one thing that we would like, or I would like to see coming out of this seminar, is your emphasis on evidence-based, data-driven policies and practices. It is what is going to get us places.
The seminar is being facilitated in partnership with CARICOM and the European Union, also the Organization of American States. According to the OAS representative to Guyana, Jean-Rico Dormio, discussions will focus on the recently completed household prevalence drug surveys. The seminar will also see the formulation of a research agenda for the next 2 years.
This seminar will further stimulate the improvement of our tool set. Consequently, national drug observatories will support more effectively our country's anti-drug policies and programs.
Also addressing the participants at the seminar, Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy in Guyana, Terry Steers-Gonzalez, expressed that drug observatories play a crucial role in stemming the tide of drug use in the Caribbean.
Your being here shows true political will and commitment by your governments. It is why my government counts yours as real partners in the fight against illicit drugs and trafficking. Only by working together can we combat this scourge, this cancer.
Technical experts and policymakers from 13 Caribbean countries are participating in the seminar. It is another step in a series of initiatives that sees the government collaborating with several stakeholders to holistically address the trade of illicit drugs. To date, there have been several local and international training seminars for the relevant personnel. The administration has crafted the National Drug Strategy Master Plan 2016 to 2020, and a DEA office has officially been established. For InfoHub, Stefan Gabriel.
Major infrastructural projects to be undertaken to improve the healthcare system in Region 6. Delicia Haynes has the details.
In keeping with the administration's promise, the budgeted works are aimed at improving the healthcare system for the residents of East Berbice Quarantine. Regional Executive Officer Kim Williams-Stephen explains.
The transformation that we have in place for 2018, and we have the construction of a new maternity ward. You know, the issue of the child care unit, right? And so the administration would have thought it fit in to invest in such of a project.
The works to be done in 2018 are in addition to those which have started in the previous year.
We have the construction of another health center, right? In fact, in 2017, we would have done one at number 76 Village, right? And in the 2018 budget, another health center is to be constructed.
$132.5 million have been approved in the 2018 budget for the region's capital spending in the health sector. Are the provision for the operating theater, outpatient building, a maternity ward, living quarters, and payment of retention. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
As the Lindo Creek COI resumed, Attorney-at-Law Nigel Hughes testified that information he received indicated that ex-policeman Yuri Varswick, now deceased, was present at Lindo Creek in June of 2008. Isaiah Braffett was at today's hearing and filed this report.
Attorney-at-Law Nigel Hughes, who was hired to represent the families of the deceased, said that a source relayed pertinent information that placed ex-police officer Yuri Varswick at the Lindo Creek in June 2008. Varswick, who was known for his criminal background, was shot and killed by the Guyana police force in September of 2017. The ex-cop was considered to be the most dangerous of the escapees.
He was part of the squad that went in. There was a squad that went in under the command.
Or army?
Mr. Varswick was police, and he was under the command of a current serving member of the Guyana police force that went into Lindo Creek. That's the information that I've been permitted to release from a client.
Commissioner, retired Justice Donald Trotman, then questioned the attorney-at-law if he can disclose the name of the person who relayed information to him.
If that gentleman passes away, it would be on my shoulders, and I really am not in a position to provide him with the comfort that I can provide him with that guarantee. I've actually had a whistleblower take him to the police who ended up dead, and that's George Bacchus. So I am extremely reluctant to disclose any information on anybody that can identify a serving member of the police force, given my actual experience. Because I took Mr. Bacchus to the American Embassy, I then took him to the Guyana police force, and Mr. Bacchus ended up dead.
Hughes also indicated that relatives of the deceased at the time had lost confidence in the investigation being conducted by the Guyana police force. He also said that a private investigation into the matter was sought but fell through due to the lack of cooperation by the Guyana police force. The Lindo Creek COI has been established to investigate and report its findings and recommendations on all matters in relation to the killings of the 8 miners in the Upper Demerara, Upper Berbice region on or about the 21st day of June 2008. Isaiah Braffett, InfoHub.
A new batch of trainees for rigging services began an exercise today in health and safety measures. This is aimed at bolstering the capacity of Guyanese for the opportunities available in the growing oil and gas sector. Stefan Gabriel has that story.
20 Guyanese are benefiting from the Marine Riggers 2-day training exercise. This is being facilitated by Eldorado Offshore and Ramps Logistics. Health and Safety Executive Officer Ann Barron explains.
As we are here today, we are providing a new batch of trainees for rigging services on the Edison Swift vessel. On the Edison Swift vessel, they are being recognized by safety initiatives, given that they are safety conscious on board. Given that what we look for safety within them, that they must know. We want everybody to go on board, come back home safe without any injuries.
The course is facilitated by Edison US Offshore. Eldon Thompson is the Quality, Health, Safety and Environmental Coordinator of the company and is conducting the training. It was explained that the course entails theoretical and practical work at the Houston shipyard.
The training program is for two full days. We're going to do classroom here, as I said, then practical, then come back here and we do an exam after. So it is all, and these guys have to pass my exams also to be given the certificate. It's a basic rigging course to work on board our vessels. We put safety first as number one, and the guys will now be exposed to actual training. Even though they have worked on boats before, they'll be actually exposed to rigging the correct way, learning about slings and ropes and stuff like that, and be exposed to our vessels, the safest way to do things.
This is the fourth class conducted by the company over the last year. The aim is to qualify Guyanese in an effort to be involved in the oil and gas sector and to work on board the vessels coming into Guyana. Eldorado Offshore has previously facilitated training for 16 deckhands to work on the existing and future rigging operations, 16 candidates from the Carnegie School of Home Economics trained in offshore catering and hospitality techniques, and 4 Government Technical Institute graduates in the oil and gas industry training. For InfoHub, Stefan Gabriel.
At the opening of the 2018 National STEAM Fair earlier today, Minister of Education Nicolette Henry underscored the importance of science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics in the development of the country's future generation. Letitia Isaacs has more.
Speaking at the event at the St. Joseph's High School, the minister explained that the National Fair forms part of the ministry's strategy to promote science and technology in school settings.
The movement of STEM to STEAM, by adding arts to the technical creativity, is the foundation for advancement in all fields. Through such activities, we offer to our students and teachers the opportunity to showcase, disseminate, and share knowledge related to science, arts, and technology.
The biennial event allows students to create and showcase projects in the areas of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and arts. It saw exhibits and demonstrations from the schools across the regions. These include Annandale Secondary School's aquaponics exhibit, which combines growing plants without soil and rearing fish.
Fishes are fed food. In return, they excrete ammonia, and in the water there's a tiny bacteria called nitrosomonas, which converts ammonia into nitrite, and then there's a nitrobacteria, which converts the nitrite into nitrate. The water is then pumped into the garden bed, and the lettuce plants observe the nitrate, and the water is filtered and it goes back down.
There was also a booth from the University of Guyana, Faculty of Natural Sciences, on the career opportunities available in STEAM.
People think about natural science and think chemistry, bio, physics, and just think, you could just become a teacher. And so we're here just to curb that, to show that we have so many different things we can offer, so many different career paths. Like for me, I want to become a marine biologist, and that's something that we don't usually hear about in Guyana.
The fair also saw participation from the STEAM Guyana team, the Guyana Police Force, and the Defense Force. For InfoHub, Letitia Isaacs.
InfoHub's Delicia Haynes now tells us that Guyana is advancing its readiness under the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility project to reduce emissions from deforestation and forest degradation.
As part of developing a grievance and redress mechanism GRM for RED Plus implementation, stakeholders in the natural resources sector were consulted. The consultancy group, TCG, is leading the initiative, and the first phase of the technical approach in creating a GRM was explained by its governance and peace-building specialist, Lawrence Lachman Singh.
There's a first phase, which includes this inception workshop that we're having now. We have key informant interviews. We met with a number of people. We did desk reviews of previous consultations. There have been many consultations before, and a number of those have been very well written up, including those on the FCPF.
The GRM allows government agencies to address issues of concern which impact their policies, programs, and operations on external stakeholders. Coordinator Clayton Hall explained that this is a major step for the Forest Carbon Partnership Facility FCPF project.
When we say RED Plus, what is RED? It's the reduction of emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. And it also addresses issues of carbon, of the enhancing of carbon stock, of the management, the sustainable management of forest resources. It addresses other issues on the plus regarding the pollution of our rivers, regarding ecosystem services and management of those ecosystems, watershed protection, and a variety of issues that would impact our existence.
TCG was awarded the contract by the Ministry of Natural Resources in 2017 to conduct stakeholder consultations to develop the Grievance and Redress Mechanism, GRM, for RED+ implementation. For Info Hub, Delicia Haynes.
Before we wrap up, let us tell you that Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu is scheduled to arrive in Guyana tomorrow. The Prime Minister had left the country earlier in February to undergo a heart bypass surgery. We will bring you details on his return in a subsequent newscast. Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.